Hello world. Okay, I hope you can hear me over the wind. For me today, something slightly different. This is Hello world, take 2, because I just realised that I hadn't turned or selected the microphone. This one. Yes, so try again. Hello world, Bob here. Today I am a little bit somewhere different. This is Sandscale Hawes. That's what the National Trust call it. Roanhead is another name for it. And as you can see, I'm at the seaside. Sometimes it's the seaside, sometimes it's not. This is part of Morecambe Bay, and therefore sometimes there is a lot of mud and sometimes there is a lot of water. At the moment it's almost high tide, though not very much of a high one. Behind me there, that's the Duddon Estuary. That's a very beautiful bit of the world. Leads up to the Lake District in the background, which you might or might not be able to see. And these are the dunes. These are some really very old sand dunes. It's quite a precious habitat. There's a lot of rare wildlife and plant life lives here. In the flat land behind the dunes here, this is a nature reserve. Absolutely glorious down there. And I was planning on walking along that bit, but I took a wrong turn about 10 yards from the car, and I'm now doing the uppy downy difficult bit on top of the dunes. I'm actually going to drop down onto the beach in a minute, I think. But before I drop down onto the beach, I just wanted to give you more of a close-up view of what an aerial view sort of thing of these nature reserve behind us. So we'll start from the dunes and we'll just scan round. A fabulous amount of ragwort. That's the yellow you might be able to see out there. Just the colours that are in this landscape are phenomenal. And there's probably cotton grass out there, and it's a wonderful mixture of habitats out there. You get a chance to come here and have a wander around on a nice day, just to see the insects and the flowers. It really is a lovely place down there. We'll just swing round. There we go, that end round there. That's where the National Trust car park is. We're almost down on the beach here, and you can see there's this gap blasted out of the dunes here. I think this is the gap, certainly one of them along here. Some years ago now, the weather basically took a chunk out of the dunes here. And not long after that, there was a lot of us took to be evidence of people just having campfires on the beach. A lot of sort of black charcoal and mess left around. And of course we all went, terrible, terrible stuff. As we Brits like to do, assume somebody's made a mess. Anyway, I read a thing a while later that said wasn't people having campfires. What it actually was archaeological remains. Apparently, back in the Middle Ages, there used to be a big monastery near here, Cistercian monastery at Furness Abbey, and one of the things they would do for their farming efforts was that they would collect seashells and then they would roast them basically in big fires on the beach to extract the lime to put on their fields. And what was in this gap in the dunes was actually historical evidence of this lime burning, nothing to do with people, modern times. Interesting. Sorry, I'm going to have to show you the flowers here now. It's just, I'll try and get out of the sun. I'll try and get out of the light. Look at these. I don't know what any of these are, but they're probably harebells. But just the variety of stuff just growing everywhere out here. And then there's just fields and fields of it. Look at that. I'm going to pop down there now, down to the beach. Wow, look at that. The Duddon Estuary. See if we can zoom in a bit, eh? See what we can see. Let's start over there. So all the way over there, that distance over there, that's Oh God, brain's gone. Anyway, Millam's over there somewhere. That's not Millam, that's somewhere else. Millam's over that way. That's Black Combe, the hill there. And then we come round and we start to get round towards the Lake District proper over there. Big fells are in the clouds up at the end there. And as you come around there, then we get to the end of Askham Pier is just out there. It's all very industrial area in the past, lots of ironworks and coal mines and things. Everything was here. That's why there are steelworks round to the beach. I'm making half of this up, by the way. Now, this is a landscape which is naturally changing. As I understand it, the west side of the UK, of the British Isles, which is where we are at the moment, is still bobbing upwards. Back in the last ice age, there was a great weight of ice on this side of the country, and it literally pushed the mantle, the crust, the earth down here. And in geological terms, we're still bobbing back up. So this side of the country is rising slowly, the other side of the country is sinking. So you've got lots of places disappearing into the waves on the east coast. Here, we're getting new land. So one example of this is around the Duddon estuary here. You can see it in front of us now. Grass is starting to colonise the foreshore. Now, this grass has appeared here in the time that I've been coming here, so in the last 20 years or something. And there are other examples further up the estuary towards the river where it's really taken hold. There are whole areas now of salt marsh which didn't used to exist. Good if you're a salt lamb farmer, I suppose. It's a natural process, and perhaps people don't like it because it's change. And there we go. It's still very pretty. I don't know if you can see if we walk along here. There are, just there, some actually vehicle tracks. As I say, we're heading along towards the end of this bit of land, which is really a very long way from everywhere. There's no road out to these houses. There is a more of a track on the other side, but there's no official road, and a lot of the inhabitants have Land Rovers and pickups and things, and they just regularly drive this way to get home, go to work, go to the shops. Who can blame them, eh? Rather nice. There's a whole flock of somethings out there at the high water line. No idea what, but there's quite a lot of them. I don't know how well the camera picks up on this colour here. Perhaps it's my glasses. No, it's still there, fill it without the glasses. Don't know what this discoloration is. A slightly sort of oily sheen to that bit over there. It looks like it's just seeping out of the ground. I wonder if it's some sort of bacteria or colony of something, or whether it's pollution. It's curious. Well, what can you say? It's just, wow. It's enervating being here this morning. I didn't do very much walking yesterday. I was not being well. Had your lurgy. Probably COVID, because my wife tested positive for that last week, so probably what I've had, but barely slept last night with coughing. Otherwise feel all right, but was tired this morning. Hadn't done enough stepping yesterday and missed it. Bit the bullet this morning, did that being proactive thing, and I just decided I'd get up, I'd come out. It's, what time is it? Well, it's 9:45 at the moment, but not not that early, I suppose. I've been here before and I forget it's a magical place. I don't know what it is. There's an energy about this beach. It's one of those places you can feel the world turning. Close your eyes and concentrate. You can pick up the energy in the whole universe from here. Sorry, got a bit woo there. Hopefully I've gone quiet enough you won't be able to hear a word of it. Brilliant place. Glad I came out. Filling me up with energy for the day this is. Onwards, men. Keep going. That way. I'm normally a really tense person. One of the things I have to do is to consciously relax and then just occasionally come out somewhere like this and I don't know, I could say all sorts of nonsense. It's speaking to something in my soul, is this. My whole body has just relaxed. It's walking, standing up, obviously, but I just feel this sense of enormous calm. I feel like, well, I once said to my wife, sometimes when I'm out for a walk and I get warmed up, I feel like I don't have a long enough selfie stick for this. I feel like I want to start sort of, whoa. I want to, perhaps I do it up there, whoa. I want to walk like an orangutan or a gorilla. I want to swing and sway and let it all hang out. God knows what anyone who's watching me is thinking at this moment. But it just, I don't know, it feels like this learned, conscious, over-tight control of my body has fallen asleep for the time being, and my primate my primate nature has kicked in. And it'll only last about 10 minutes and then I'll be hungry and tired, but you know, it's lovely. What I actually need now is just to, in about the next 5 minutes, find a lovely little beachfront cafe with some loungers and coffee. That'd be nice. Well, I will keep on with the wishful thinking. Interestingly enough, I think it's interesting anyway, as we come around this headland, the wind direction changes a bit and the patterns of the sand have changed. They've opened up, they're a little bit wider, but they're a little bit more paisley, a bit more yin and yang than they were back before. I don't know if you remember them. Oh, that's fascinating. And we've got these, they're like little plateaus, they're like a little hill with then a landscape bit on top. Fabulous. I'm following the tyre tracks, by the way, because the vehicles tend to drive on the harder sand, which is much easier to walk on than the soft stuff. Well, here's an unfamiliar landmark hoving into view around the corner. looks like a beach boat. Not seen that before, I don't know how long that's been there. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but there's a sort of silver sheen to the beach here, and it's absolutely covered in broken shells. But one of the amazing things is obviously the way the wind's blown. You've got these stripe patterns happening along the beach. It's one of these examples of chaotic action. Waves. You get waves in the sand, and this is the same thing, but sort of highlighted with the shells on the beach. It's fascinating. Glad I came here now. Well, here she is. Little bilge-keeled yacht. Curiously enough, no name. Difficult to identify it. Everything that's valuable has been removed. It's fall down the dunes here. A bit like a scene from Fallout or something, isn't it? Everything has gone off that boat. Makes you wonder, has it been stripped since it's been here? It's got no name on it. That's weird. I have a suspicion, I have a sort of suspicious mind that somebody's had an old yacht. They've stripped of anything valuable and then they've just cast it adrift, because they're really difficult to get rid of. Big lump of fiberglass like that. Shame if that's what it is. As we've come around the end there, you might be able to see there is another land mass out there. Bit of water between us and it. That is the north end of Walney Island. While I'm trundling along, I'll give you a quick update on my Diabetes UK Million Step Challenge. It is August the 2nd today, Friday, August the 2nd, and just over a month in, I am on track, which is amazing given the last couple of days have been bleh. Doing all right, and I'm feeling really good with it. As I said, I feel I've lost some weight and just feeling strong, apart from having slightly swollen tendons in the back of my ankles, but nothing chronic. I think they'll be all right. It's really good. So I'll try and remember to put a link at the bottom, down there somewhere. If you would like to sponsor me, I would be hugely grateful. It's a brilliant cause. As I said before, I'm pre-diabetic. Not 100% sure what that means, but I'm on a warning. Careful now. And seemed like a good cause popped up at the right time to get me out and having some exercise. Nearly at the Black Huts now. Oh. Before I can get to the path to the Black Huts, I have to walk across this beach, which is just strewn with dinosaur eggs, I think. Definitely. Anyway, it's good ankle twisty stuff, is this. It's it's exciting. So here we are. This is the very bottom tip of Sandscale Hawes, Roanhead, whatever, these dunes. There's the Walney Channel, Walney Island out there, and these in the foreground, these are the Black Huts. Seems to be a bit of a nationalist battle going on here at the moment. See, we've got let's have a look. We've got the English hut, and we've got a Scottish hut behind that one, and then over here we've got a Unionist hut. So yeah, many political beliefs included there. So I think the way this works is that this is what my dad told me, and he's a clever dog. They only invented planning laws in this country back in about the 1930s. So anything that was built before those planning laws doesn't actually have to stick to them. The planning laws don't apply retrospectively. So these little huts that were built by people as, I don't know, were they holiday homes, were they fishermen's huts, whatever they were, because they're pre-planning law, they can just stay as long as they don't change. So I'm assuming out here, I'm assuming there's no mains power, there's no drainage, there's no water. This really is off-grid living. In a very isolated spot too. I don't know if I'd like it. I guess nowadays you can get, must be easier now, mobile phones and satellites. Can't see much evidence of solar panels. I suppose they'd probably be on the other side of the roofs from here. Anyway, I'm going to see if I can find my way round to the left here. Go back up behind the sand dunes, that's the plan. Let you know how I get on. So I told you that there was another path into the Black Huts. This is it. As you can see, it's not exactly a road, is it? More passable than going along the beach a lot of the time, but you will notice that there are wooden posts down both sides of it. And I suspect they are there because on occasions the sea is here and the road will be a little bit difficult to find. Yeah, if you want to live remotely and still be within reach of a very high technology centre of manufacturing over there, then maybe the Black Huts are the place for you. So my plan was to carry along here looking for a sort of a more substantial left turn, hoping that I'd anyway, found that one. I'll try that path. Well, that very quickly became completely insubstantial as a path. I know that there are better, bigger paths run across the middle of that, certainly across some of it. It's really not very well mapped. Ordnance Survey doesn't show anything to speak of. Google Maps, if you do the satellite view, you can actually see the tracks on that. Finding them on the ground is another matter. If you look behind it, it's all just rolling dunes and maybe past the next set. Worst comes to the worst, I just go across to the main road and go that way. I'm going to check where I am because I don't want to get too far off the track, because I need to just be climbing up into the Badlands now. So I was just thinking how all of this fencing and barbed wire wasn't very inviting, but then I just found this style, and that is inviting me in sort of the direction. Where we came from is actually over there. The whole place sort of curves round a bit. I'm not sure whether I actually want to be over in that flat bit there, or whether there's more flat bit over here somewhere. I'm just going to go and have a look round this corner. No, I'm not, sod it. I'm going to go over that style and take my chances. As I said, if you never see this video, you know I went the wrong way. Cough, cough. Oh, splash. Right, follow the path, because somebody goes somewhere, don't they? Oops. One of the things you don't realise till you come out for a walk in a place like this is just how sharp seagrass is. The ends of the fronds are very, very, very needle-like, and I don't have particularly thorn-proof trousers on today. Ooh, dragonflies. Dragonflies, butterflies. Wow, hang on, see, that's actually stopped one. There he is. Off he goes. Wow, dragonfly. Yeah, so there's lots of lovely. Oh, following him. He's there. He's leading me on. I think it might be a trap. There's probably thousands of them just over the next rise, looking hungry. Anyway, I'm just out for a wander today. It's not too hot today. It's a beautiful day because there's a nice sea breeze coming in from that side. Although if we get down behind the dunes, that'll disappear. Sorry, having to concentrate here. The path has gone very narrow. And very much, if I can just show you, very narrow, very much up the side of this nice barbed wire fence. Not to mention the fact that it's sandy underfoot, so quite slippery. This isn't quite the easy path I was hoping for, but you know, I feel like I'm having an adventure now, though. Whether I want an adventure is another story. I feel like Bilbo Baggins. I don't want an adventure. You can keep your adventures. Oh, just look at the colours along here. I don't know, these sort of thistly things, whatever it is. Bluey green. And the pinks, and the real greens, and the yellows and the reds. It's a riot of colour. With bumblebees attached, and butterflies. The diversity of habitats and the variety of things growing and living and being here is phenomenal. And it really makes you realise how impoverished the rest of our world is becoming. This is what it's like if you leave it to its own devices and you don't put chemicals on it and you don't farm it. And even then, I suspect this is a shadow of what it should be. I know we're having a bad year for butterflies. I've seen some, but maybe this place should be wild with them. Excuse me, I should be covered in the things. If you think there isn't a problem with our local environment in the UK, I challenge you to come somewhere like this, spend a few hours exploring it on a nice day, and tell me that we don't have a biodiversity crisis everywhere else. Because this place is amazing, beautiful. More of the blue thistly stuff coming up. Absolutely fantastic. I don't know if this shot works. This is a drone cam view. Ho ho. Brilliant. Still no idea where I am. It's a good thing I've got all this modern technology, or I could be going around in circles for days. As it is, I'm going that way. Well, I'm definitely having a very hobbity sort of experience today, because no matter how many times I try to turn right towards the inland, I keep being moved back left again towards the sea. So I'm going to give in to the inevitable, see if I can find my way down onto the beach, which is possibly easier said than done, because some of the along this end, some of it's quite steep bits of cliff, but anyway, it's all fairly soft sandy stuff. Let's have a look. These paths run along the ridges of the dunes quite often. And, a bit like ridge walking in miniature. Is it the old forest? Is it when the willow tree tries to eat them? I know I'm mixing my books up here. Is that the one? Keep steering them in the direction of the river. I'm being steered in the direction of the sea. Woo. Try not to fall off. Ooh. I just have to say, I don't like high places. I think I managed not to record that last bit where I was heroically running down the dunes there in a very atypical way. Not doing it again. I don't know how much that recorded. Anyway, I've been sort of forced by the universe back onto the beach, despite my best efforts to go a different way. So I'm walking back down the beach now. That's fine with me. It's nice out here. I'll just head back to the slightly harder sand. Nice day. It's 11:07, it says. Get back to the car, drive back to the house, buy some lunch on the way. Given that I got about 3 hours of sleep last night, I feel ridiculously good. Love this place. I should come more often. Well, I'll tell you what, this walking on the sand, just back there, it was difficult to find a bit where it was firm. It's hard work. Wouldn't like to be doing it day after day. Found a slightly firmer bit here though. But, good walk today. Physically, I'm now feeling tired because this sand is hard work. But spiritually, in my head, my mind, I feel energized. I certainly don't feel like somebody who was up half the night coughing. Oh, look at that behind me now. Isn't that amazing? The sea it's actually green. People talk about the sea being green. How often have you actually seen it that way? It's fabulous out there. But, I'm going to just put you down now and concentrate on walking the last bit back to the car. Like and subscribe if you would. Leave me a message, just so I know I'm not talking to myself. Happy to have a conversation. And I will see you again sometime. But for now, it's Bob out.